Okie dokie. So he played like an idiot. So good thing for us because we would have been put into a tough spot if he shoves. Ace 4 5, queen, so you fold. Uh, so now you can see MTT grind all the way across. Let's skip around to some hands. Okay, here we go. Ace deuce, queen 9. We have 40,000. Blinds are 2,500, 5,000. We're definitely going to commit with this hand. Hopefully it forces us so we can raise and maybe even take it down pre-flop. Now it's how much do we raise? Now that's the question. I have 40,000. Okay, if I raise pot, I only have a pot size. Well, I don't even have a pot size bet. I only have a half pot size bet left if I get called in one spot. I think I want to bet enough where I can pot it on the flop. So let's see, 15 at 40,000. If I raise to 15, and if I get called by big blind, pot would be 30, and or 32,500, and I would have 25,000 left. So 15, anywhere from 12 to 15,000, I think is fine. Here I'm gonna take my sweet time trying to figure out what's the right bet amount. And okay, just make it 15. 90,000 here, 80,000, 300,000, 36,000, and 126,000. And we get called on spot. I'm really, see, I don't, with my chip stack, I'm shoving the flop, so I don't mind if I get called in more than one spot here. But I don't, and flop is 10-9-9. Now, I think I checked here because I was hoping that he puts me on low cards and bets the flop. I think regardless of what he has, if I bet, he's gonna call me. If I check, he's gonna either bet or check. So I think the best play here is to bet, but I decided to check, and I think he shoves with a 10, and I call. I mean, I guess his play is okay pre-flop. He could have folded, I guess, because he knows I'm shoving the flop. So maybe he called with the intention that other people behind him are gonna call. So maybe he can see a nice flop multi-way. But we pick up a nice flop here, trip nines, and we are now at a nice big stack. A7, deuce, king. Now here we could raise, here we could limp. I like the raise because even though I don't have an ace 2 suited, I have the ace 7 suited. That's the last 10 on the right side. But wait, we have a raise in front of us. He raised the pot, which is pretty big. He raises to 17,500. He only has 31,000 behind. I'm not folding. I'm thinking if I should reshove. Hey, look, somebody said nice hand. That is my friend Ariel. Okay. Let's see what do we do. I think with my stack and people behind me, I want to see a flop multi-way. So I think calling is just fine. Whoa, did I fold here? Very interesting. I folded. I don't know why I folded. Maybe because there's a lot of people behind me. I know he's, see, this is a situation where now I'm in his spot where he was last time, where I raised, and he should have known that I'm shipping any flop, and I know he's shipping any flop, and I guess I think that's just a pussy fold. We took it down. Okay, let's skip around. Ooh, ace 2 5 6. Okay, what happened? I'm in the small blind. This guy raised it with, he has like 300,000, no, sorry, 200,000. He has 79,000, we have 73,000. We don't have a suited ace, but we have a bunch of low cards. I think, well, we could call. I have 73,000, that means if I call, I still have like 70 or 60,000 behind. I could shove and hopefully take it down pre-flop. I think both of the plays are fine, but I like the call better, just because we don't have a suited ace, and you know there could be a lot of those queen jack x kind of flop where I'm kind of screwed. 8 5 7. 50,000 in the pot. I have 61,000. I have the nut low and I have open ended straight draw with the pair. I don't like checking here. I'm just gonna ship it. I think betting is in. I think I should just bet pot here. I mean, even if I get called by ace deuce, that's fine. And why is there a blank screen? I'm not sure. Here we go. Okay, so interesting spot here. I bet 50. He called and then he shoved for pretty much he had almost the same chips with me. So now we have a huge pot three-way. Let's see, he has ace 3 5 7. Okay. He has ace deuce king 10. Okay. So right now we're chopping low with him. He has two pair with ace 3. I don't know. I don't like that call. And he has a lot of chips. I don't like this call. Okay. So looks like he's gonna win the high pot. So he's gonna take most of the chips with ace and 7. And we're just gonna win. So I think we lost chips in this hand. We're down to 55,000. Now I would love to analyze this hand, but I really wanna play this video out really fast. So I'm not gonna analyze this hand much. We're gonna try to finish this video in the next part. 6 3 8 4. I'm getting great odds. Look at this. 10,000, 10,000, blinds are 25.5. I have 53,000. I'm getting 8 to 1. I think this is usually I don't like to call, but I think this is an okay call here. And the flop is garbage, so we're not gonna play this hand. Next hand. Okay, what do we have here? Deuce 3 7 in the small blind. I think if it falls to me, I'm gonna ship it. If the button raise, I might full ship it. I don't mind seeing a free flop. Under the gun limps. Hopefully button limps and we limp and hopefully big blind checks, and he sure does. Flop is 3 9 10. It's a garbage flop for our hand, so let's move on next hand. So here we go. Okay, so blinds are 3 6. He has a lot of chip, 300,000. He min raises. We have 34,000, so I'm definitely gonna commit on this flop. I don't like the fact that we don't have the suited ace, but I mean I can't do much here. I don't like the call. Well, and I could even just call, because if I shove, let's say if I shove, okay, he's gonna call, which would prompt him to shove, which would prompt him to call. I could call with 9,000, which would leave me with 25,000, which is as bad as 34,000. I think I like to call here because these two call. If this guy raises, and if he calls and if he folds, I might just shove. If he raises and they both fold, I'm shoving for sure. But you know what? I think calling is fine here. Even folding, okay, if I fold it, which I think is a great play, and I'll tell you why. Not because I know what's coming, but the reason I think folding is a great play because, first of all, he raised, which isn't a big deal. I mean, he has shitload of chips, so he could be raising with anything. But this guy called with 30,000. That means he has something that has to do with low cards. That's what it tells me. And then he calls. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, I have an ace deuce, but I could just be like going for like a half pot, because if the other people have ace deuce, then I could get quartered or even worse. I have 34,000. I could call and see a flop. I think shoving is no longer an option. So I think folding is a great option, because with 34,000, I can pretty much, I'm gonna be the button now, and I have one orbit to look for a hand which I want to shove. And I think the best reason for folding here is because since so many people are committing chips in this spot, my ace deuce could be just not drawing dead, but I could get quartered so many times, and I don't have a good high hand. So we'll continue this in the hopefully the last part.